Welcome to our channel, the nerds who beat Vegas roulette with science. Today, we're thrilled to share the incredible story of how a group of brilliant minds managed to outsmart the roulette wheel using their knowledge of science and mathematics. Join us as we delve into the intriguing journey of these innovative thinkers, the scientific principles and strategies they employed, the impact their groundbreaking work had on the gambling world. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with all our fascinating content. Let's dive into the world of science, strategy, and a bit of luck that helped these nerds conquer Vegas roulette. Two young men wearing white shirts walking to a Las Vegas casino. Technology is simple, and roulette is the most popular casino game. Everybody thinks it's completely random. It's an unbeatable game. However, these two nerds are using science to challenge the status quo, and everything we know about roulette is bound by the laws of physics. It's a true story like no other, the story that started on the college campus a few years before. Two students are preparing to study physics at the University of California in their spare time. Like many other kids of their age, they're interested in art, music, literature, and free love. At first, he's apprehensive, although after several deep discussions and the possibility of making millions, he's on board. The only question is, can science really be Las Vegas roulette? To find out, they need to study and measure the game's fixed variables. Inside a Vegas casino, the roulette wheels, and understanding how casinos operate. Quickly, they learn that Vegas casinos use BC Wills regulation roulette. Wills roulette is one of the most popular games in casinos because it's so simple. Gamblers can bet on red, black, or numbers 1 to 36 when a ball is spun around the wheel. Roulette is becoming more predictable by the second, but these early stages are full of obstacles, from hiding the equipment to tapping the microphone at the wrong time. In practice, it's awkward and complicated. However, the theory is sound. By mapping out all of roulette's inputs and testing them over a large enough sample, repeat patterns start to emerge, patterns that weren't obvious to the naked eye. Fortunately, Las Vegas roulette wheels are manufactured by a small independent supplier Pools Gaming Devices. Finding the BC Wills roulette wheel is easier than they thought. Immediately, they get one shipped to their dorm room at the University of California. The plan is to fit the roulette wheel with a series of triggers and recording mechanisms using sound and photography so they can record exactly where the ball is and where the ball lands over a series of thousands of spins. But there's a problem. The Port of Oakland have prohibited shipping for the roulette wheel. It's being held temporarily at the container facility, and further information has been requested by the shipping company. Dwayne immediately jumps in the car and makes a 3-hour drive. On arrival, he's greeted with a extremely awkward situation. Two FBI officers have the crate, and they want to know why he's shipping a Vegas roulette wheel across the country. Clearly, they think he's operating an illegal gambling operation at the time. There are significant restrictions pertaining to interstate gambling. Why are you shipping casino equipment? What are you planning to do with it? You know gambling's illegal, right? A year after they started, Doyne Farmer and Norman Packard are now sinking all of their spare time into studying roulette and probability. To them, they're on the cusp of something big, very big. But to some of their friends, it's complete madness. The obsession has started to impact Doyne's academic scores to the point where he has to take a year out. But to him, it's totally worth it. His plans to beat roulette are going to make them rich. To pull in additional help and raise funding, they officially register their own company, the name Eudaimonic Enterprises. It's a strong hint at their philosophical outlook. They don't just want to beat the casino, they want to use the proceeds to start their own commune. The guillotine allows them to accurately measure the new distribution of the wheel in line with where the ball had moved. It's genius. After refining the process and collecting multiple data sets, they soon realize that they now have a system that allows them to model and track any roulette wheel. After tracking it for around about 30 minutes. To maintain accuracy, they had to collect this data while the wheel is in play inside the casino. Beyond this, there are only 4 variables left to factor in on a spin-by-spin basis, all of which are controlled by the croupier. They have to identify the position the wheel is in, the speed the rotor is turning at, the location of the ball, and the speed of the ball. Their solution is relatively simple in theory, although tougher in practice. By monitoring when a number on the wheel passes the fixed point in the room and then passes it again. They have both the position the wheel is in and the speed the rotor is turning at, simultaneously monitoring when the ball passes the same fixed point twice in a row. They have the location of the ball and its speed. The hardest part is discreetly collecting all of this information and then quickly running the calculations. It seems almost impossible, but they've come so far. So there's only one solution: a computer. With Dwayne's computer programming experience, they decide it's worth a shot. Writing the program isn't the hard part, though. Hiding a small but reliable computer under their clothes is, as far as they're aware, nobody has managed this before. The consequences of being caught are potentially disastrous. In 1975, Las Vegas is run by the mob. The law is the least of their worries. After several trials and many failures, Norman has custom-built the hardware. The computer's main circuit board will be strapped to the player's chest, with thin wires running down the inside of the trouser leg, where a simple switch will be taped to the inside of their shoe. This is how they'll control the data entry. Following the data inputs that are made, their secret computer will run a formula involving trigonometric functions. After it's processed the calculations, it will then signal back where they should bet, but with a low budget. They're running on favors and donations from friends. The computer's outputs will be managed via a small electromagnetic device taped to the player's chest next to the computer's motherboard. It's not ideal, but they've sourced these pads from a psychology experiment on campus. The whole computer will be powered, their batteries stashed on the player's side, under their armpit. At last, their dream is about to become a reality. They're ready for their first hit. It isn't long before he finds himself chuckling. The chips are starting to build up. He's making money, but with money comes attention. He's noticed a man holding a radio in the background. He suspects it's a casino pit boss. It's an unexpected turn, although currently he has a bigger problem to worry about. Amongst the excitement of winning and the nerves of using a hidden computer, Doan has worked up quite a sweat. The sweat is amplifying the shocks the computer makes on his body. He doesn't want to adjust the computer at the table. That would be obvious. So he makes a break for the restroom. The casino pit boss follows him in. It's his worst nightmare. What now? Is he about to get caught hidden in the toilet cubicle? He holds his breath and gently peels the computer's electromagnetic shock pad from his chest. He's sweating profusely, and now he's questioning if this was even a good idea. The crackle of the pit boss's radio breaks the silence. He's being called to an emergency elsewhere in the casino. Relief. With the computer's output hanging under his shirt, he makes a break for the casino's cashier and then the exit. It's a close call, but he's got away with it, and now he knows their system works. He just needs to scale up the stakes and find a creative way to hit Vegas casinos hard. In order to make millions of dollars, Norman and Doyne know they must expand the team. Hitting the casinos in pairs is the idea. One player to collect roulette data and signal which numbers are hot, and then another to place bets, for example. If the data taker bets on even, it means the will has been accurately profiled. They know casino staff pull consistent winners aside for questioning, so it'll take the heat away from the player wearing the computer under their shirt. Plus, it means the beta doesn't have to concentrate too much. They can chat with the croupier and hold his attention. Within weeks, they've brought 20 other science students into the fold. They promise to evenly distribute profits amongst the group and fund a scientific community if it works. Given the era of social views, it's a savvy move. At this point, the company has spent its initial $10,000 investment on experiments and equipment to beat the casino. They don't have a huge bankroll to use, so the plan is to start small and gradually increase the stakes as the chips build up. But it leaves one question on everyone's mind. What if we get caught? Norman explains that it's extremely unlikely because the computer will only predict A5 number section of the wheel to bet on. Therefore, the player placing the bets will put down multiple bets on the roulette table. The bets will be spaced out because they're not next to each other like on the wheel. It means their betting patterns will look totally random to the casino croupier. Plus, technically speaking, their system's perfectly legal. Being physics nerds that have barely set foot in a Vegas casino before, it seems like a reasonable answer. I mean, those greedy casinos make enough money already, right? Their aim is to launch a Las Vegas assault over the summer break. In the months leading up to it, between cramming for exams, they need to assemble more computers and put their new recruits through some serious practice. Their actions need to be second nature, seamlessly operating each roulette hit one after another. It's a challenging phase with new equipment problems, and Norman thinks they're moving too fast. But Doyne won't have it. Their Las Vegas fantasy is no longer a dream. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Go check out our other videos on the channel. Always remember, see you on the next video.